Certainly not. And with Mark Jackson, his religious beliefs
Yeah.
just didn't go with the Bay Area, San Francisco, the Golden State Warriors, that ownership group. And that's what cost him. It's been unfortunate he can't get a second shot. And now, this is a perfect segue, Steve, for something I didn't prepare you for. It's a perfect segue into he gets run out of that broadcasting job at ESPN where he's very good, and we're all being now tortured as ESPN does their DEI deal with Doris Burke and Lisa Salters as the sideline reporter, and Richard Jefferson is the third broadcaster. They're now reporting that this is Andrew Marchand, that Doris Burke's spot is no longer guaranteed for next season. The story goes on to insinuate that ESPN is going to debate whether she's better in a two-person booth than a three-person booth. So what ESPN is not going to do is say, hey, we put Doris Burke in a position to fail. And she was a great side dish, number 2 or 3 broadcaster. And we, because of our diversity, equity initiatives and all of that, we promoted her beyond her perception competence level. You put her on, people start evaluating you at a different, you're the number 1 person? Rather than when you're a nice little side dish, you're the appetizer. I love this calamari. But when you serve calamari as the main dish, people are like, hey, I want my steak. And so now the tide has turned and people now are arguing that Doris Burke is awful, which I think is a bit of an overreaction. But ESPN is going to save face by saying, it's a 2-person booth versus a 3-person booth. We're going to now move on from Doris Burke and put her back in a 2-person booth. I don't think they can fix it. I think they've destroyed Doris Burke's brand. They promote we can make history. We got a female broadcaster leading the NBA. We made history. And they've ruined her brand and ruined her. Steve, your thoughts?
You know, your new nickname, Whitlock, should be 180. Because, man, have you done a 180. It wasn't that long ago you were waving the pom-poms for Miss Burke. You were part of the chorus that's, oh, I really like her. And I'm like, really? You like her? Oh, yeah, she's
Not
good.
at number 1.
Okay, and another thing.
Not at number 1.
Kim Modee is going to say, it irks my nerve when you keep bringing up calamari. There's no need to slander one of the greatest starting appetizers in the history of the world. Okay, just stop that. You know what she is? To me, she's anchovies. We've all ordered pizza. We've all had a group. Hey, what do you want on your pizza? No one has ever said anchovies. They'll say sausage, pepperoni, extra cheese, thin crust, salami, olives, green peppers. I've never actually said or heard anybody say, hey, I'd like some anchovies on my pizza. That was NBA fans with Doris Burke. I kept hearing that she's good. Among my friends that still watch that godforsaken league, no one has ever said, oh, great. Doris Burke's on the call. She's been completely exposed for what she was. So what she needs to be is anchovies, left completely off the dough and the pie. Get her out of here completely.
I know this isn't your area of expertise, TJ, but is Steve
I
going?
went super viral for talking about women and...
Yeah. To the house!
I think there's a lot of people, I'll say it this way, who don't enjoy women in the broadcast booth. You play people out of position. Okay, I played wide receiver. You might really enjoy me as a wide receiver. And then you put me at quarterback. And you hate my guts and you want to never see my face again. Because that's how I would feel about me if I were playing quarterback. That, I think, is what's done with Doris Burke. She had a nice little role somewhere. I don't like her in the booth. And so if she can, if she's doing interviews in the sideline, I know Doris has been in the booth. But I'm just saying that is where I prefer that to be. When you play somebody out of position, then trying to put the toothpaste back in the tube, good luck. I probably don't want to see them at all anymore. And that may have been what happened to Doris.
That is what happened. They've taken all the shine off of her. Go ahead. Reminds me of a Megan Patrick song.
I was spoiled. Jason, TJ, I was spoiled growing up in L.A. I got to listen to the greatest play-by-play guy ever in basketball, Francis Dale Chick Hearn, and a great partner in Stu Lance. Now I get to listen to Michael Thompson. I also had Ralph Lawler, Lawler's Law, oh me, oh my. I know what high quality standards are in the booth. I got to see Dick Stockton, Marv Albert. She was never at that level. And where she lost me, Jason, we've talked about this, is when some player instigated an altercation with the fan, she shrieks out, "Are you kidding me? Oh my!" Oh, like, okay, lady, you're not even honest. You're not even honest. That's where I think it became okay to say, you know what, Doris, don't believe the hype.
I personally like Doris Burke. I really liked her broadcasting on second and third tier NBA games. It was a nice little change of pace. Once they elevated her beyond her competence, and as soon as they removed her, or they put her in place of Mark Jackson and Jeff Van Gundy, I started complaining immediately. And I know I was like, man, Doris Burke follows me on Twitter. I love Doris Burke, but I just can't help myself. I'm going to say what I actually think. And ESPN's done a disservice to Doris Burke. And there's a song called Golden Child by a country artist named Megan Patrick, lives here in Nashville. And she's got, you have to listen to the song Golden Child, but she's the same thing that takes the edge off, it can take the shine off after a while. And ESPN thought, Doris Burke, and look how clever we are, she's calling NBA games. They took the shine completely off. Trying to get that little edge, they took the shine off Doris Burke.
Peter Principle. You elevate people to the level of their own incompetence. And then you destroy them. It is unfair to her because I don't remember hearing real complaints about Doris Burke until this year. And now everybody's complaining about Doris Burke.
Well, I think she did this last year too, correct? That's when I know people, I think this is her second year, and now they just have to address it.
And the guy that we're not mentioning, who was really good alongside the two guys that we mentioned, Van Gundy and Mark Jackson, Mike Breen. Mike Breen, I thought that was a perfect trio. When I would watch a game with those guys calling the action, it was the perfect balance of three guys who are fans, but also could bring high-level knowledge basketball, and Mike Breen was the perfect point guard. So shout out to Mike Breen. Bang! No more Burke.
Well, when they try to move her back to a number 2 or 3 position or whatever, it's not going to go well. Let me move on.
We'll still hate her.
Let me move on. Don't miss a second of Fearless. Hit that like button and subscribe to keep up with our latest content.